Martin, I'm not convinced that we're using any of this footage, buddy. I think everyone's watching right now. I have no idea what's going on. Nina, what's happening right now?
How did this come to be? We're to give the backstory of
Right.
everything.
There was a way that I wanted to build something that I can form a relationship, have the time to do the consultation, do the treatment plan I wanted to do, and then that be it, right?
If you're shaping a face, what do you look at to gain inspiration? Or
You're looking at a person, You're looking to see what is their feature that is making them them, right? You don't want to change it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talkin St. I'm your host, Ryan Bogdan. Before we get into today's amazing guest, I want to let you know this episode is sponsored by Bogdan Homes. So you know if anyone looking to buy, sell, or invest here in the greater Tampa Bay area, find our contact information in the description below. And now on to our amazing guest. We're so lucky and honored to have her here today, Nina Traster with Iconcierge Medspa here in St. Pete, the founder and owner. Nina, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I saw some of these shows, and you're doing great.
I appreciate that. You know, it's one episode at a time, and we have no idea what to expect.
Right.
But this is great. I'm glad you said it because I really want to thank all of our new followers and everyone that's been with us since the start. We're super, super grateful for everyone who's paying attention and listening.
It's amazing. I mean, St. Pete, there's so many things.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah, we just want to make sure we have that there. I didn't give you all the instructions.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean,
we were just having so much fun.
Talk more into the mic, out of the mic.
No, about like a fist thing away. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. We go.
Perfect.
We were just so excited prior, you know, I forgot to go over all the things.
We got wine.
We got wine.
We were just having so much fun.
Yeah.
And it's only like 10 a.m.
Not quite. It is lunchtime, folks. Don't judge too much. So you're a native to St. Pete?
Oh, yeah. I'm probably as St. Pete as it comes. So.
Tell me why.
All right.
What St. Pete as it comes?
I mean, I was born in Bayfront. I grew up in Pasadena. I went to Central Christian, which was on 49th and 1st Avenue. Then I went to Northside Christian for middle school and high school. Then I went really far away to college. I went to USF St. Pete campus.
Oh, so far.
And then I graduated from USF Tampa campus to go to Barry University, PA school, which is home campus in Miami. But I went to the satellite campus in St. Petersburg. And then I started working family medicine at a great practice in St. Petersburg for a couple of years. Then ventured really far to Clearwater to make my office in Iconcierge Medspa. And now we're actually relocating and expanding in St. Petersburg.
Have you ever left Pinellas County?
No. Well, no, I went to Hillsborough County.
Yeah, okay. Just for a second there.
I went for like 4 years, and then I really missed St. Pete and came back right back.
Really?
I love St. Pete.
Tell me more about that.
I mean, St. Pete.
We already know it's awesome, but
it's awesome. And, you know, people say like, oh, there's other things out there. A lot of people who grew up in St. Pete, they kind of want to leave and see what's out there. But everyone comes back.
Everyone comes back.
It's the water. You have the beach. You have going out on your boat. Then you have downtown. It has every food option, right? 4th Street has all the food options. Treasure Island, you can live on the beach, but then you're like 10 minutes away from like the mall and all the food. I don't know. I love it. I live in Shore Acres. I love Shore Acres.
You are all about it. You are like the poster child for St. Pete.
And I tried to like convince other people on it, but it's not hard to convince anyone.
It's not hard to convince.
No, my husband, he's from Daytona, and he came over here and he's like, oh, well, you know, we got to go back to Daytona. That's where my family is. And it's just, it got to him. He ended up, he was a firefighter, so he was actually going to work where his dad worked in Port Orange. Mm-hmm. He had a perfect gig there, but then loved St. Pete so much, he ended up only applying for the West Coast. So how'd you guys meet
if he was in Daytona? Because you never traveled that far.
Oh, wow. That's such a loaded question. So, yeah, no, one of my friends had a birthday party in Daytona. I was in college, USF, and we thought it'd be really fun to go to Daytona.
Oh, so you did leave.
Bars. Yeah, I left. I do leave. I go on vacation. I see how other places are, and I go, I should probably go back home. It's comfier.
Yeah, I get that.
Right.
It's a little more cozy.
Right, and I met him over there, and then he came over to visit.
Never left.
But really, though.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so you guys have been together for a while.
For about like 12 years.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
And you have a 1-year-old?
Yes, she's amazing, Sophia.
How sweet.
She's right now going through her little teething period.
Oh, yes.
So not sleeping.
Oh.
My husband was up last night with her from 1 to 6.
You said, look, I need to get my beauty rest.
I said, this is a podcast, and it's filmed.
Yeah.
I need my under eyes to look good. No, I mean, she's amazing. She just, growing really fast. I don't think any 1-year-old has 6 molars coming in all at once.
Whoa.
I know. It's the German formula.
Yeah, she's ready to chew your face off.
Probably.
Yeah.
Bath salts.
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, that's great. My sister just had my nephew 1 month ago. He's 1 month old as of last week. Yeah, and he's precious. Came out with the fullest head of hair.
Oh, I love that.
I mean, like, we could give him a haircut. Like,
that's so precious.
Yes, he's awesome.
And what's his name?
Leo.
No, my dog's named Leo.
Oh.
It's one of my number 1 names. I love Leo.
Yeah, it's really it's a fantastic name. He's gonna be a stud for sure.
With the hair?
Oh yeah. We should already put him in some baby modeling for sure.
Gerber?
Yeah, we honestly talked about it.
Right.
Because I think like he came out looking good.
Is he on the podcast next week?
He should be.
Yeah.
He's just sitting here farting and doing everything else that he does. Yeah.
Future
Sleeping.
Baby Gerber podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, what would that be like? I don't know. Interesting. So tell me about the med spa.
Yes.
So
okay.
how did this come to be? Where to give the backstory of everything?
Right.
Yeah.
Loaded question, but basically, I always knew I wanted to be in medicine. I always wanted to help people, and I just had to figure out how I could tie other things in it. Like, I am a big art person, and growing up, I liked art and medicine, and I went into college, and I got my bachelor's in biomedical science, my minor in studio art, so I still got to do some art. Then I went to PA school. Went in PA school, loved every specialty. It was really hard to pick what specialty was right for me.
What was on the table? What were you thinking?
I mean, I loved family medicine. I loved dermatology. I really liked surgery. I found out I really liked using my hands. I was like, oh, this is great. You can do things and make people better with your hands. And surgery was amazing, but it was just that you were always doing the same procedure. It was nothing like going outside of the wheel well and doing things that changed people's appearance. You're kind of just doing the right procedure for the right time, which is great. And I think that's a perfect field for someone else. Family medicine, loved family medicine. It was basically getting your generalized medicine in your scope, right? You're building that gut, that medical gut, which is...
What's that mean? I never heard that term.
Right. So like whenever
gut.
you hear someone say, I have a gut feeling, right? So everything's on the table. You see all the symptoms of a patient. And you're like, okay, but something still doesn't feel right, right? Like they are presenting normal, but there's something that's showing that you need to go somewhere else with your diagnostic skills, right? So you need to build that. When you get out of school, everything's a unicorn. You think everyone has the craziest cases, and you're like, yep, that's it. They're dead, right?
Oh, no.
So you got to build that, right?
Yes.
You need to know what actually is normal and what's not normal.
We call that, you're working to get your unconscious competence.
Yes, exactly.
Because when you're conscious, thinking about what needs to be, but when it's unconscious, it just becomes innate nature.
Exactly. And I call it medical gut.
Medical gut, okay.
Like that gut feeling,
yes,
right?
Yeah, it's the instinct.
Exactly, the instinct, which you don't know until you keep seeing things over and over and over again. So in family medicine, that's where you learn basically how to treat a person as a whole, not just like, oh, they have this symptom, let me treat it and that's it. No, you have to look at everything, every single organ system. So it makes you look at people differently, right? Like everything is one person to another person, right? And so building that whole area was like, I think vital. I think anyone who goes in aesthetics needs to have a foundation of generalized medicine.
So how you did family medicine?
I did family medicine.
Okay, for how long?
I did for a couple of years, and I loved it.
Okay.
Loved it. I was at a practice in St. Pete. I had
Of course you were. Where else would you be?
Didn't apply anywhere else. No. It was just that I had really good mentors, Dr. Labrador and Dr. McCoy. They're amazing. If anyone's looking for a family medicine practice, they're the best.
Okay, good to know.
Yes. No. I learned what I know now for just my generalized medicine from them, but also how to educate patients. And I feel like that's where I wanted to go, was educate patients, but also help them with what they want, which is in aesthetics, it's hard. You know, you have people come in and they want to look like a certain person. They'll bring in inspo pictures. They'll bring in like Hailey Bieber's lips or like something like that. But you don't want that. You don't want someone to try to form into something, right? Like cookie cutter medicine. You want to actually build it around them. Like my motto, right?
Yeah, which is?
I'm tying it all together. Be your own icon.
Be your own icon.
That's like my why for my business.
Oh,
right?
I like that.
Right. So
I love talking about people's why.
A why, right? Like why do we do?
It's the most important question.
And it's a hard one, right? Like if you ask someone like why do they do what they do? First off, you're like, I don't know, I'm just grinding it out and it just happened. But it didn't just happen, right? Like there had to be something in you to do something. So my why My why was that I was in medicine and I saw that things were, corporate medicine is basically you are seeing multiple patients a day, but you can't really gain that trust and that relationship with a patient in 10 minutes. It's impossible. So there was a way that I wanted to build something that I can form a relationship, have the time to do the consultation, do the treatment plan I wanted to do, and then that be it, right? But how do you do that when you have to see 20 patients or 40 patients a day?
That's tough.
Right? So
You're back to back. There's no
back
time.
to back, and you don't get that luxury, right? And then your patients are like, well, she just doesn't care about me. Next person, boom, right?
Just a number.
No. And so build my practice around looking at a patient
Wait a minute.
for consultation.
We got to know when did you decide to switch? What was your why?
So exactly. I was in family medicine. I loved it. And the one thing that I was always feeling that I wasn't getting was the art of doing something with my hands and making something different, right? I was doing the fun part, which was basically being a detective, looking at symptoms, finding how to diagnose, how to treat, and I love that. But I felt like I wasn't getting the art part of me, right? I was minor in studio art. I had to figure out how I could do that. And in aesthetics, it's the only field that people actually seek after the artists, right? They see you do something different than anyone else. They see someone doing, oh, like her lips are different, cheeks are different, jawline's different. You can try to mimic, but it won't be the same because you're an artist. So I saw that in family medicine. So I went after and I did some trainings here and there around America while I was still working in family medicine and trying to see if that's actually what I wanted. And then I saw amazing injectors. I'm like, that's it. I feel like if I can just start formulating, sculpting faces and making my own brand around it, I loved it. I mean, I started it.
Helping people become their own icon.
Exactly. Like
Sculpting faces.
But it's not like you're just sculpting faces. You're looking at a person.
Yeah.
You're looking to see what is their feature that is making them them, right? You don't want to change it because medicine is like, if you change something, you need to make sure it complements the rest, right? Facial balancing. You want to make sure that you're looking at your eyes, right? Like if I look at your face right now, I'm going to do it.
Go for it.
Your eyes are beautiful, right? Drawn into your eyes. I feel like
because I'm wearing blue. I do that on purpose.
It's the blue eyes.
I do that on purpose.
But yeah, but also like you have good facial features. I just think that sometimes some people need a little bit
of crow's feet, little wrinkles in the forehead.
Just
I got
because you don't want
my
something.
thinking face.
You don't want something to distract anyone looking away from your eyes, right? You don't want to look at the eyes and be like, oh, I want to look at his nasolabial lines or look at like these wrinkle lines, right? You don't have those, right? But you want to make sure you complement it and accentuate that versus you showing me a picture of like, I want to look like Brad Pitt. Make me look like Brad Pitt.
I don't want to look like Brad Pitt.
But you know what I mean? Like something where you are formulating someone into this cookie cutter medicine.
Yes.
You want to do something that will make them be complimented, have like a good cheekbone to help the eyes come out more, but don't change the look.
I get that. I get that.
Right.
Help them be their icon. How they see themselves.
Right.
To gain confidence.
Gain confidence and educate them on why. Why are we doing it, right?
Yeah. So so the art part of that with the face, what kind of studying have you done, if any, when it comes to that? Because you just mentioned a whole bunch of stuff that I've never heard of.
Right.
And like if you're shaping a face, what do you look at to gain inspiration? Or how do we know? Like, is it if I come to you and I say, Nina, I need some help.
Right.
This ain't working no more.
Right. And that's why I do an hour consultation. Like
okay, so what's that consultation entail?
Exactly.
Tell me,
since we're doing your Botox today, we might as well get your consultation in.
Thanks, folks. Look.
Right. So
we're going to talk about that in a bit.
You start from the beginning. Right?
Let's do it.
The main thing is you look at the skin. You see what you're using on your skin morning and night. Like, what do you use, Ryan?
What do I use?
I'm calling you out. Body wash on the face.
Oh, I use a bar soap.
Oh, God.
It works great.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bar soap. I do use SPF lotion every day.
Good.
Shout out Amy Lai.
Good.
Yes, because I've gotten a facial from her. And she sold me some. She said, you need this lotion. It's got SPF.
Good.
And we learned from Dr. Sims how important sunscreen is from the dermatologist.
Good.
So look, everyone's coming together.
Tie it together.
I'm
the last part. You need the Botox now.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, so that's perfect, right? SPF, we need to protect our skin. Yeah. You don't want any more sun damage. You don't want to get that skin more wrinkly, right? So
we're trying to stay young.
We're staying young.
We're trying to age like fine wine, like we're drinking here. Yeah, which I need more because you've been doing all the talking, so I've been sitting here sipping.
a whole glass down.
These little glasses. We lost our
mini,
good ones,
mini.
our mini shot glasses here today.
Microdosing the wine.
We're microdosing wine. Yeah.
No, so the skin, right? So first you look to see what you're putting on your skin, make sure everything I'm doing is complemented at home. And then we look to see what is your goal, right?
Mhm.
So looking at your face, I always look at people when they talk and see what they're doing more, right? So when you're talking this whole time, I'm seeing you love using your expressions, right?
Well, yeah, naturally.
Brows go up. I see that you have the frontalis line, like
Frontalis line, that's what it's called.
so the muscle in your forehead, right?
Yeah,
Like let's go about it.
It works a lot.
Right. The frontalis, when it contracts, makes horizontal lines.
Mhm.
And as you continuously do that and you have also some sun damage, some exposure to UVA, UVB, blue light being in here, it's making the muscle crevice have a little crease that you can see in the dermis,
Yeah,
right?
tell me about
A
it.
lot of people think that they can treat wrinkles with just topicals in their skin, but the problem lies below the skin in the muscle because that's a contraction that you see, right? So if you inject something like a neurotoxin, just relaxes that muscle area so that it all looks like one skin and allows it to heal. So if you have lines at rest, that is when you need to get Botox done, right?
Okay.
It's lines at rest.
You know what's funny about this? And I love,
Right.
you are educating me. You're doing a great job.
There's more.
Okay, you continue. Just pause for a second because as a man, I don't think about this at all. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I would say if I'm speaking for most men out there, I don't know how many dudes are like, yo, I got these wrinkles. Because unless they're aging like milk, which I like to think that like,
Not oat milk.
Not oat milk. I like to say we want to age like wine.
Right.
Which just sounds like this is a compliment to that, but I never put any thought into how to do it. You just
When you look in pictures, do you ever notice if you're smiling big, do you ever notice any like scrunching or creasing or noticing your eyes are going down a little?
Yeah, I feel like, it's making me look like a mature man.
Mature man, right. Right. We want you to look like a mature man and we don't want to take that away.
Yeah.
It's just the lines at rest that we want to make sure we soften.
I'm not arguing. I'm just telling you how my thoughts, like you are helping, like you're now putting my reticular activating system, which is your RAS, is a little thing in the back of your brain, which what we focus on expands, right?
Yes.
And so now,
right.
when I look in that mirror, I'm only going to see this, what did you call it?
The frontalis muscle.
The frontalis muscle.
Right. And it's not
crease going
bad. And I never want to make someone feel like
you're
it's
not making me, I'm
something
so
bad.
comfy.
It's just that when you look and you see it at rest is when you have to start thinking, what am I going to do to help
So
it not
keep
get
going.
deeper, right?
So we're doing something with a neurotoxin. What else is happening?
So when you also just now, you did scrunch your eyebrows.
That's my thinking face.
Act angry, right?
I don't.
Do it.
I don't know how to get mad.
Yeah, I saw it earlier.
You did?
You threw the phone.
Oh, I didn't throw it. I look, because I don't want to be interrupted. I want to be present with you.
And you said bye.
So I said,
But you kind of did.
Yeah, because that thing blows up all day.
Right. So when you act angry, even if you're not acting angry, it's just a concentrating, right? Making the brows come together, right? So you have your procerus and your corrugators right there. And you do have a line where the corrugator line meets the procerus. So doing a little bit of neurotoxin there will just raise the brows and just relax it. You don't have to do much. Baby tox. Baby Botox.
What do we get? Botox.
Baby Botox.
Yes.
Just the minimum amount to allow the muscles to relax and just give it time to heal that dermis that has that crease.
So how often does this have to happen?
It depends.
Because
it depends
this is
on,
good for biz, I'm sure, right? Because now we're repeat customers.
Yeah,
We
right.
like that.
So
we like to build more of that rapport, like you were talking about. We're not just in and out, like on the family
I
medicine.
recommend 12 weeks.
12 weeks,
But
okay.
that depends on the person, right?
Yeah.
I do have people come every 6 months. So it's how you like your face to look. After you get your neurotoxin, you're going to love it. And you're going to be like, wait, I'm so smooth. I don't have as much sebum production, which is like oil production. So people, like my acneic patients, love it because then they don't have breakouts. But your skin has a little glow to it.
No glow.
I mean, it's just something to think about and put that in your little toolbox.
I'm just taking it in. This is new avenues. I'm a central Pennsylvania boy.
Yeah.
There is no one in central Pennsylvania talking about Botox.
I'm sure they are.
Maybe they are, but I haven't been there in a bit, so I don't know.
You'll be the first.
I'll be the first. I'm bringing it back.
Yeah.
Bringing it back. Yeah. Okay, well, this is interesting. So you started your practice, which is, look, hats off to that because that's a big leap, right?
Yeah,
How was
scary.
that?
So
was scary?
Oh,
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
That fear.
We should talk about that because it was a loaded time. I was in family medicine. I worked 8 to 5, and then at 5:30, I went to my practice in Clearwater to do Iconcierge Medspa until 11 o'clock at night, and I did that Monday through Friday.
patients come and see you that late?
This is where it gets crazy. Saturday, Sunday, I worked there 12 hours a day. And then I think that was August. December was when my clients started going, okay, Nina, I cannot come at 10 o'clock at night to get my Botox because I have to stay upright for 3 hours. And like, I can't stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning and go to work at 5. So I started getting a little pushback from my patients coming in later.
Naturally so.
Right. So I had to make a hard decision of, am I going to do this forever, like full time, and leave family medicine, even though I love family medicine as well? And I kind of had to. I just felt like, I felt like there was a need that was like there. I needed to educate patients. I loved the relationships I was gaining. I loved how I was able to sculpt people into what they wanted, right? Like the art was coming out. So I did the leap. And I also did it when I found out I was pregnant. I had all of these things happening at once.
When it rains, it pours.
It rains, it pours.
Yeah.
So I was pregnant and started my practice and left my really comfy job just to do Iconcierge Medspa.
And was it worth the leap?
So worth it.
They say that the greatest things in life are on the other side of fear.
100%. 100%. I'm so happy with it because I formed these relationships with these patients that I honestly feel like are family. Like sometimes I go on and I like read some of the reviews and it's like, I love what I do because I feel like I have changed people's lives, but also they come to me and I can see the progress. Like I have patients that I do before and afters from 2 years of just keeping off the treatment plan. Amazing, like glowing skin. They just are more revived.
So what about the psychological aspect of that? Because I think that's a huge thing that maybe is missed a little bit on that. Like, do people show up more confident?
Oh my God, yes. Yes. So that is the one thing. Like in the beginning of my consultations, as my patients, you take off their makeup, they have all their insecurities, they are not wanting to look at you in the eye, they're like looking away from the mirror. Like I hate that. Like we can get through it. So that's why it's an hour long, because I first have to kind of mold you, get your confidence back. And I think the main thing is education. If you're educating them on what you're doing, why you're doing it, you're not going to make them look crazy. You go through all the modalities of what we would do, they start gaining a little bit more confidence. And then once they actually see the final product, then it's like, I don't need makeup. I look great. Like, I want that. I want my patients to feel like they don't need to wear makeup. I want them to have perfect skin, exactly what they're looking at. The insecurities are gone. If they're like concerned about their under eyes or concerned about like a chin or their lips, like do something that makes you feel better.
Yes. Yes. Confidence is key.
And it definitely is.
It's just, I don't like to know that people don't have confidence in with their bodies the way it is, you know.
It's sad.
It is. Because we're all human and we're all unique in our own ways.
Exactly.
So I'm just taking a moment to really appreciate, you know, having confidence and being able to help others do that, I think is a gift.
Yeah, and it feels really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, in medicine, you feel good too because you help people, but
that's what it's all about.
It's hard to see it all the time in corporate medicine because you are fighting insurance companies, you're making sure you're doing all the diagnostic codes, you're doing all these things, and you're not getting that feedback right away from patients. But in aesthetic medicine, people are coming to you and they leave happy, and it feels so good. Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Happiness, right?
Right. Happiness and wine.
Happiness and wine. Oh, that's a good one. I like that. Okay, so let's talk about St. Pete a little bit. Since you know, shout out mom again. I know we got to make these t-shirts. St. Pete has all the things.
All the things.
And you are definitely going to be in the trenches of knowing those things.
Oh, ask me anything about St. Pete.
What do you like to do besides Iconcierge Medspa?
Right, and that's like my whole life. So I would say, well,
it's a Saturday night.
Okay.
You don't
golf cart.
You don't have your little one. You're on the golf cart.
We golf cart all the time.
You and Nick are going out. Okay.
Okay, golf cart downtown.
Golf cart in downtown.
To a beach drive.
Beach drive, where are we going?
Alelo. Espresso martini.
Oh, shoot.
Right?
Okay, are we just having a drink there? Where are we going after?
You know, for food-wise, always hits, and it's never bad. Park Shore.
Park Shore's good?
Park Shore.
Okay, so you like to hang out on beach.
I like beach. I do like beach, no, but I like going up Central too. It honestly depends. We don't go crazy anymore since baby, right? Okay. So it's more like we hit 9:30. We're like,
I'm for it.
We're tired.
Yeah, I'm all about a good night's rest.
Yeah, but I mean, there's so many options, right? Or get in a car, do anything on Forest Street. All the restaurants are now coming up, which wasn't a thing.
What's one of your spots you like to go on 4th Street?
Oh my God. Well, we do Cali way too much.
Oh,
Cali
shout out,
probably
Cali, yeah.
every day. Taco Tuesday, every Taco Tuesday.
Okay, I haven't been there for Taco
You
Tuesday.
have to. It's
Okay,
like all their
okay.
little bowls and little
Yeah.
tacos. It's really good.
I like Cali. Get it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if we're not nighttime, going on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Boat's fun.
Enjoying the water.
Enjoy the water.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
We're surrounded by it.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So what's your favorite? Is Alelo your favorite restaurant?
Ooh, there's so many good ones. I mean, I really.
Top. It's your birthday. You're staying in St. Pete because you go nowhere else. Where are we going?
Birthday. I would say.
Drum roll, please.
I know. I want to try new places out though. I always am one to try new because we have so many of them.
Bin Six South. We had them on. They're
Yeah,
great.
you were talking about that.
Yeah.
I love wine.
You need to go there.
I do want to go there. There's
Get the holographic chocolate with the dessert. Yeah, it's cool.
I would say Lolo then if I was thinking back. Right now, espresso martini kick. I've been making them at home.
Okay.
They make a good one.
Yeah.
You gotta do espresso.
What's the secret to a good espresso martini?
Ooh, the espresso. You got to make sure it's not cold brew. Got to make sure it's real espresso bean out of an espresso machine.
Okay, that's the secret.
Mm-hmm.
The secret.
A little splash.
Mandarin
Little
Hide is
splash
a good
of
one.
Baileys. Ooh.
You didn't know that?
No.
Oh, look at
No,
that. I'm
wow.
teaching the St. Petian about something new.
Yeah, well, yeah, I haven't been out since I had a baby and a business.
Yeah, no, it's fair. It's fair.
I get to go out for like a little bit.
That's actually like having 2 kids.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Maybe 3.
It's
because a business is its own
business is
infant.
its own, and then I feel like our whole world is like intertwined with the business and baby.
Yeah.
Like, but it's great.
So you did recently go to Disney.
I did go to Disney, and it was for Sophia's first birthday because what 1-year-old doesn't want to go to Disney World, right?
Do you think she'll remember it?
Of course.
Of
course.
She'll remember the
Right, she
pictures.
better.
Yeah.
No, it was wonderful. I was really nervous. It was our first real trip with her. And going to Disney World is a lot. And we ended up getting a really good, she was like a person that comes with Disney. She plans your whole trip for you. Oh my God, it was so nice. Her name's Ashley, and she's amazing. She basically told us where to go, what rides to do, where restaurants, hotels, everything. And it was fun. It was a lot of fun, but it was a lot.
It's a lot. There's a lot of people.
And hot.
It's hot. This is like, yeah.
But Pooh Bear, seeing her see Pooh, that was like the best.
Did she love that?
Oh my God. She kissed Piglet like multiple times, and then she cried when they left. So the characters, seeing her face just light up, that was definitely worth it.
That's awesome. I love that. And I'm glad you left St. Pete to go experience something.
Something fun.
Something different.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I was working the whole time on my phone.
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, no, I never separate myself from work. That's my problem.
It's tough.
Right.
Yeah, well, you need balance a little bit. Although let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Does balance exist?
I believe if you own a business, you should make that like your whole life because it is, right? Like I wouldn't want to be 9 to 5 in my business and then go somewhere else and just never think about it.
Right.
Like I do think there's a healthy balance, right? But you should always be thinking about it. I mean, I'm texting my patients. They know I text them at nighttime, the day after every treatment, make sure they're doing well, make sure they know they have an open line of contact with me. They can always talk to me about anything.
That's a lot.
Well, concierge, right?
Yeah.
So concierge medicine is basically
Hats off to you for doing that.
being personal and making sure you have that connection with your injector. You're not just coming in for Botox and then I never see you until like your retreatment.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure everything's going good at like on their side. And if they need a touch up, come in. Some people don't talk about it, saying, "Oh, I have like this line here, but it's too hard for me to reach out and do it." I
Not
like
with you.
take that ease away.
Yeah. Take that away. That's good. You know, in real estate, it can kind of be the same way. We have that a lot where people want to look. My least favorite thing, and see, I like to have a consultation just like you when I'm meeting with people.
Yes.
You sit down with me, I'm going to tell you, do not send me the Zillow link at 10 o'clock at night with no context. I don't know what to do with that. Do you like the bathroom? Do you want to know about the neighborhood? Is this a house you want to see? What should we do with this Zillow link at 10 o'clock at night? So when I sit down with people, I say, look, you need to let me know what that is. And I'm not going to respond because my phone goes on Do Not Disturb at 8:30. You will hear from me at 5:30 in the morning.
I think that's healthy.
You have to do that. So that's my way of doing balance.
I should do more of that, but I'm not that person. I'm the one that someone says they have a bruise. I go, wait, send me a picture. And it's like 1 a.m. I'm underneath the covers trying to look at it.
I can appreciate that. I just, for me to prevent burnout, I have to have that time
I agree.
to cut it off.
Yeah, we talked about burnout a little bit on here, and it's something that happens, I think, but when the business is new and fresh, it's like you're just too excited about it. You got to keep it going.
No, I agree. There is a healthy balance.
Yeah. And I know you're in the trenches. Let's get into a little bit. You were talking about biostimulation, building your own collagen.
Right.
That's intriguing to me. Tell me about that.
So there's different ways of doing it, right? There's ways that you could do Morpheus, right? You could do something with microneedling.
Morpheus. Are we in the Matrix? What is this?
I know, right? So that is microneedling radio frequency.
Okay.
Right. So that's something that you can do with a machine, and it just causes a little bit of trauma to return cells, and then you kind of build more collagen there. It makes your skin tighter. So that's one option, but then we can go into the injectable side of it. Best one that right now I'm really loving is Sculptra. Sculptra is polylactic acid, which is dissolvable suture material, right? So think about it.
Think about what? Tell me more. I don't know.
Dissolvable suture material. So basically, I'm injecting a product with saline. It's not a filler. It's not going to do anything with filler like something that's going to make you look different. I'm just injecting areas that need volume and make your body build that collagen. So it produces type 1 collagen, which is the one that we have in our skin to help with volume loss in certain areas, right? So looking at temples is a big one. A lot of people don't look at, but that is what ages the face a lot. And then the preauricular space, adding that to just pull back a little bit and build collagen, but not change the face. It's all you, right? That's all your own build, not filler. And then also going in the piriform area, because that's where we have our nasolabial line. So when we look at our skull, right, and look at a skull and see where the hole is for the piriform, that's that hole right in the middle, right?
For the nostril.
For the nostril, right?
Yeah.
So as we age, that widens and our face starts to fall into it, right?
Oh.
So to support...
You're falling into it.
Well, it just makes it look more that the lines
gravity's taking over.
Right. And so how do you help that? You put a collagen stimulator, you do a biostimulator, you do something to inject onto the piriform to push it back out to look more, not youthful, but just yourself, right? It's like the fountain of youth to keep you looking rejuvenated.
What's the thing? I don't know if you know that I've seen something before where people are injecting like their blood.
Right, PRF, platelet-rich fibrin. I knew you were going to go in there. There's many different ones, but platelet-rich fibrin or platelet-rich plasma. I do platelet-rich fibrin because it's a more concentrated material. So it's like I take blood from you. I probably take like 2 vials, centrifuge it.
I'd probably pass out.
Separate. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. We have all these distraction tools. But
give me a candy bar and lay me down.
I do give candy bars a lot. A lot of my patients can attest to me giving them Starburst or chocolate. But you take the vial, you centrifuge it, you separate it, you heat it, you cool it, you make it a gel, and then you re-inject it. So I know, sounds crazy, but it's a thicker material. It allows for more stimulation. So then you end up getting better like skin quality. It helps with darkening. So like for under eyes, I love the PRF for under eyes, but also for some lines that you have some shadowing to build volume. Or what's really nice is after the Morpheus, do a PRF mask, because now we have all these micro trauma channels open, right? All the channels are open from the microneedling. And you just
this is pretty cool, I'm not going to lie.
And
I'm learning a lot.
It makes your skin glow, too.
Because of the blood thing and the vials, and I want to share a funny story.
Oh, God.
3rd day of basic training for me, I learned that I pass out after giving blood, and I fell flat on my face and had to get stitches in my eye. I had no idea. Everyone thought I was a goner. And ever since then, there's been other instances where I get needles or shots. I have to lay down because I will go down.
You're fine.
You're fine. You're fine. So I'm not joking about the laying down and the candy bar thing because homie will fall on his face.
Funny thing is, I have a needle phobia.
Yeah.
And it's really bad.
For yourself, but not giving.
For me, but I think exposure therapy works. Being around injectables makes it a lot better. So I had to get blood taken. Probably every month of my pregnancy. And I think out of all the times, maybe 4 times I fainted.
Oh,
and
okay.
I was
so we're in the same boat.
I was literally in my med spa injecting people. Let me go get blood. Oh, down.
Yeah.
So I think it happens to a lot of people.
Okay, good. You're making me feel better.
It's fine. But exposure therapy, you just have to keep doing it.
When it comes time to giving blood, I'm like, I can't look. I need to lay down. It's just.
The same Botox, you don't have to look.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to see.
Right.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen in like 5 minutes.
Oh. Look, this may happen. This may happen. I don't know. I don't know. So your husband helps in the business.
Yes.
What's his role?
Okay, so he was a firefighter at St. Pete, And when I had Sophia, it was actually really hard to figure out who's going to watch baby while I worked Monday through Saturday. And so he had paternity leave at the fire department, and we were trying to figure it out, get a nanny. It was all so confusing. And then time came that his paternity leave was up, and we still didn't find a nanny. So we made the hard decision for him to leave the fire department for now and work in the business at home. So he became my office manager, but now he's the director of operations because he's killing it, and he's definitely making sure Iconcierge is staying afloat, because when you're grinding and doing patients the whole time, it's hard to look and do all the other things.
Well, it's the thing if you're working in the business, not on the business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the partnership, honestly, in the beginning, it's like, what, you work with your husband? But it's amazing because he takes on the things that I'm not that good with, right? Like,
and when you're passionate about it, that's really what you want to talk
Right,
about.
right.
And so if you're not in my world, it's hard to
100%.
conversate with me because that's what I'm going to talk about.
Right. No, it works really well. I think hindsight probably freaked out a little bit about him leaving the fire department and going into my little startup business, but it's paid off, and Sophia loves it.
I bet.
I mean, she comes to work all the time.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. So what about St. Pete do you think that not many people know? Since you've been here so often, what's is there a little hidden gem or something that you're like, not a lot of people know this thing, and now you're about to share it, so maybe you don't want to?
I know.
I know it's maybe a tough question, but
It is a tough question, but I'm trying to think.
like someone came here
Right.
to visit you.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know anything about St. Pete, and they're like, "Take me where the locals go. There's not tourists. What's a good little local spot?"
Well, it depends if they want to do the beach. There is like a little area on the beach that you can get to without having to deal with parking, but we can't talk about too much because then everyone's
Oh
going to
yeah,
park
we can
there.
share that offline.
Yeah. There's like one on Madeira, but then of course, if you want to do something that's actually like, I don't think a lot of people go to, well, maybe they do now, but when I was growing up, like Gulfport had some good places. Going to Gulfport, you have the beach access, you park, you walk around and go to restaurants. La Fugada used to be a thing, which was this Brazilian steakhouse, but it was like a fun area to walk around and do restaurants. Or going downtown is like a lot, right? I feel like downtown gets crazy. I like going to right underneath the overpass and going to that wine place that what is that name?
No, in downtown,
Yeah.
under
It's
275.
like my favorite wine place too. It's
Oh,
Lolita's.
I was thinking that.
Lolita's.
Yes.
That's how long it's been since I went. But something like that. I like to do little wine-esque places and then just going around and doing food. But I say the best thing is to ride the golf cart and go around Shore Acres. But that's just me. I just think it's a lot
Might be a
of
little
fun.
biased, yeah. Because
I think it's a lot of fun. There's nowhere else. When I talk to people, they don't say, "Oh, I have a golf cart. Let me just go drive around my neighborhood." Like all our family that's like somewhere else, like in New York, they don't have golf carts. They don't get to do the
They
fun
should have
things
golf
we
carts in
do.
New York. It would solve the traffic
Right.
problem.
You still have to park it somewhere.
Yeah, but they're smaller. You can
Yeah.
fit more.
4 of them.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Right. Okay. That's good. Lolita's is a good spot.
I'm trying to think of one more. But
Yeah, that's okay. We have a hidden little beach spot that we'll share offline.
yeah,
so-
no, that's a really good spot.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I always like it's crazy because I've shared this before, but in my circle, other than Talkin St. Pete, I don't know many people that are from here.
I
And
know.
and somehow I have found all the locals that come on the show, which is amazing, right? Because it's helping me learn so much in such a
Right.
short amount of time since I've only been here 2 years.
Wow. So you love St. Pete?
Love it. I'm going nowhere else.
So wait, why St. Pete?
Why St. Pete? That's a great question. So for me, I've lived all over since I was in the military. Lived in Germany. I lived in the Panhandle of Florida. Spent some time in Texas, Arkansas. Lived all throughout Pennsylvania because that's where I'm from, and various other places that I visited. And St. Pete has been the first time that I felt at home since leaving Pennsylvania. When I left for the military, and I love the communities here. I think there's so many micro communities, whether it's a fitness thing, the volleyball, the arts, the running club, there's just so many communities. And I tell people when they come here, just find your tribe, and there's a whole world of people that are going to be inviting and welcoming to you. I feel like there's a lot of entrepreneurs here, that are in that growth mindset, or hustlers, or are trying to do better for themselves, which is really cool to surround yourself with. Being close to the beach is cool. Being in a city that's up and coming and all the new restaurants and new activities, there's always something new popping up to go try, which keeps things, fun and exciting. And I lived in Philadelphia for a while, and I enjoy the walkability of being able to walk places. And St. Pete's even more walkable to me than Philadelphia, just because of less traffic. You can actually still drive places. To me, traffic here is not bad compared to what most think, but that's because I lived in Philly for 4 years, and that was bad traffic. Like, you did not drive. You Ubered, or you walked, or you took the subway. Like, we can still find parking on Central. So there's just a lot of that. And my sister's here, brother-in-law, his brother is here. And now we've made so many friends that feel like family, where I can't imagine leaving.
Right. It's great.
Yeah.
And then building family here too. I mean, everything is here. We have our education right downtown St. Pete. We have really good schools. Everything to do with kids too. I'm finding now about.
Yeah, so that's good. We don't talk about that a lot. What are some of those things?
I haven't done them.
You haven't done them.
I found it.
Yeah.
That's how busy it gets, right?
Yeah.
Like, you end up figuring out, like, from other moms, that there's so many things you can be doing on the weekends, during the week, like music classes. There's also, like, at the Great Explorations, right, by Sunken Gardens, they have all these activities during the summer. Like,
Sunken Gardens, this is the first time anyone's ever mentioned that, and I feel like that's such a cool thing that St. Pete has.
So cool, and it's been there forever.
Yeah, Sunken Gardens off 4th Street.
Right, and there's great exploration for kids right there, right next to Carrabba's.
Yes. This will be a good reel of showing off Sunken Gardens, Martin. It's all you. Shout out to the team.
Go get your Botox.
Go get your Botox, and then head over. Yeah, so let's talk about that. The new spot opening on 4th.
Yes. So it's going
to be. So why the shift? You're coming from Clearwater to St. Pete. It's the only reason I had you on the show, because this is not talking Clearwater.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding.
It's the furthest I went away from St. Pete.
Yeah.
No, it's because we're expanding. So right now I have 2 suites, and I'm expanding to a larger place so that I can have more treatment rooms and kind of grow my business. I think it's like time. I've been really pushing my square footage out. Like, I've been doing everything in these little rooms. It's time. It's time to have space and hire more staff and grow the Icon family, which I'm really excited for.
That's cool.
And St. Pete, most of my clients come from St. Pete and Tampa and Sarasota.
So now you're going to be closer to all of them.
Yes. And for me, the 35-minute drive, it's going to be 9 minutes.
That's going to change your world.
Right.
You're buying back so much time.
Buying time, having more time with my patients and more time at home.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
As am I. And
Right.
I think we're at that time to where maybe you're going to mix something up.
Right?
Yeah.
Mix something up.
Mix something up.
Oh, mix something up. We're ready for Botox?
Yeah, we're at that point.
I think that'd be exciting.
Yeah, so if the show ends here, folks, it's because I didn't go through with it.
No, you're doing it. Yeah.
I'm just closing it out, just in case.
Okay.
Just in case. And just in case, if they've made it this far, what should they leave in the comments below? If they're still watching, they're still here, what should they comment so that way we know that they're still watching? One word. You get to pick it.
Icon.
Icon.
Yeah.
Comment icon if you're still here.
Yeah.
And stick around if you want to see me maybe get Botox.
He's getting Botox. And it's going to be great. We look so young. Baby Gerber, we're not going to know who's who on the Baby Gerber episode.
Okay. I'll take that. We're aging like wine, folks. We're aging like wine. Appreciate you. We're going to keep the cameras rolling, see what happens.
Oh, I love it.
All right, let's see. Go ahead.
Okay, do you want me to set it up?
Yeah, do your thing. We're going to, go whatever you have to do. This is a whole thing. Martin, what the is going on?
You're going to be fine. Breathe through your nose.
I might, we have to make sure I don't pass out. That's a real thing. And if I do, I'm fine. Just, this is a whole thing.
I passed out from the swine.
Make sure you're taking some.
Oh, I'm on it.
You're on it?
I took a photo.
Nina, what's happening right now?
We're just making.
I trust you. That's why this is happening, but it's so crazy. Never in my life. Yeah, we're Botox. I'm gonna get all my buddies. We're gonna come
That's right. What would be best for you?
to just make sure that
Are you
if
comfortable right now?
I'm chilling.
Can you
No,
close
I'm
your
okay.
eyes, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I think I'll be okay.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
Eyebrows up.
Ah, nice. Higher.
It's so
do it.
funny.
You gotta do it. Because people do fake eyebrows and they go, There you go. Keep it up. Keep it up. You have a crazy brow.
Perfect. Okay.
The rock.
Ryan,
Yeah.
your mom did say that you're very handsome in the DMs. Okay, now smile.
Love your mom.
She's a true fan. She watches every episode to the fullest.
Yes, smile big. With the brows down. Just smile. Just smile.
Just regular smile.
How do you smile? You
Smile
do-
normal.
I'm hanging out. What the
facial
hell?
massager you put on your chin.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why when you do it. So your
It
mentalis
distracts
nerve
you.
is right there. Your mentalis nerve goes up to the nose and branches on the forehead. It just relaxes those areas.
I think everyone's watching right now. I have no idea what's going on. There's no judgment here.
What's your mom gonna think?
Mom, I'm
She's
sorry.
gonna
No,
It's time.
no. My
can
sister
see
will be the
it.
one that's mad. Yeah. It's one thing to do this. It's another thing to have 3 cameras looking at you. 4.
Is someone drawing no injection? Okay. So I'm just looking at your procerus muscle and your glabella, right? And your corrugators. So act angry again. This is what I was talking about.
Do I
These
get angry?
muscles. Yeah, you do. You have these lines right here. So I'm gonna relax them and lift them up. And then frontalis, eyebrows up. Lateral to the iris. And then I don't want to feminize you, so I'm gonna do 2 units all the way across.
No, don't do that.
Looking together, this is your procerus muscle, right? That's the medius one, the glabella complex, the one I'm injecting. That's gonna relax and move it up, right? So you have your corrugator muscle. Eyes more.
So let me ask you:
yes,
are people gonna know that this happened to me today?
you'll have a little bit of bumps from the injection site because some of it is superficial.
I got meetings later.
That goes down in 20 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, but you
I have
cannot.
to.
The biggest thing is you can't exercise for 24 hours.
Ryan,
can't lay
already
flat for
exercised
3
this
hours.
morning.
No, but tomorrow is less than 24. That's upper body lift day.
You can skip it. You'll be fine.
No laying flat for 3 hours. Do not rub the sites either.
Okay.
Just keep it clean.
No workout tomorrow. What happens if I work out?
Drop blood. No, I'm just kidding. It's just that the pressure, right, and circulating blood through the muscle can make you hypermetabolize it or move the Botox
Oh,
out.
fucking A. Okay, we won't do that.
Just a quick little poke. Act angry again. And then relax. You ready for me? Just a little poke. 1, 2, 3. How you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a little poke here. Act angry one more time and relax. So I'm just going into the corrugator. Did you have caffeine today?
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell?
No. Angry again, one more time. Perfect. And relax. Little poke. 1, 2, 3. How's that?
Yeah.
Eyebrows up?
Martin, you never thought we...
Wow. Oh
Relax.
my gosh.
It didn't make a difference.
Wow.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
No,
next
it,
time.
you look good, but it's like crazy how fast it works. So
1, 2, 3. And a little poke here. 1, 2, 3. And eyebrows up. And relax. A little poke. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Little poke. 1, 2, 3. There you go. You are a little dry. You feel a little crack?
Yeah. It sounds like Rice Krispies.
You need to moisturize more.
Ow.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Little dry skin sun makes it hurt a little bit. Eyebrows up and relax. And then the main thing is you're not going to get results right away, right? It takes about
Tom said already
I
looked
thought it
beautiful.
14
looked like-
days. No, it
14.
takes-
no, I was gonna say it already looked like.
Xeomin's really good. There's no byproduct chain in it, so it's very clean. So you'll get your results around 5 to 7 days. Sound big? And relax. You did it.
Are we done?
Wow.
Done, done.
Oh,
I'm just gonna
thank
wipe you out.
God.
How bad was it?
No, it wasn't bad at all.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah.
You did it! Yay!
Oh my gosh.
It wasn't bad, right?
No, we're chilling. I have no idea what I look like, but
No, it'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Let me see the other side. So the little bumps will all go down. They're superficial injections, so that's why you see it more. It takes about 20 minutes to an hour.
Go freaking
No, it will go
zombie.
down.
I think it'll be gone by the time.
Half of your face is already down.
Yeah.
There you go.
So sit up straight, no laying down. That's easy. That's no working out.
Yep.
That's it. Any
So-
other rules?
No exercise for
We need
24
this?
hours. No, you're done with that. Unless you want it. And then the main thing is don't put anything on your skin now. Keep it clean, right?
Easy.
And then no facials for 2 weeks, no massages for 2 weeks. Right. And then no yoga. The big one is people like to do yoga. No yoga.
For how long?
I would wait 2 weeks.
Oh, really? Why? Because they upside down?
Yeah. Or honestly, 72 hours for big exercises like that.
I was doing yoga on Saturday.
Flawless. And then you have to come and do your 2-week follow-up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Look at this. Martin, what? Talkin St. Pete, we did this for you.
You look
Holy
great.
Smoke.
You can still do it. See?
Look, see.
Oh, yeah.